Namaskar. Welcome to Vedic Science and Spirituality YouTube channel. Before moving ahead towards our next topic, which is about the origin of Ayurveda, let's have a quick recap of our last video that is about the great authors of Ayurveda. Their respective names are Sushruta, Charak, and Bhagavata. It also includes the minor author works like Sharangadhara, Bhavmishra, and Madhava. But after all these videos, have you ever thought what is the origin of Ayurveda, the reason for reaching this knowledge earth? I guess many people don't know, but Ayurveda was celestial knowledge only for Devas. Surprised? I think so. Then without wasting any more time, let's get started. How Ayurveda knowledge came to this earth. The origin of Ayurveda. So let's read and watch the association of our great sages and gods who contributed in making of this great celestial book of Veda called Ayurveda. Yes, Ayurveda is not just 5,000 years old medicine tradition. How Ayurveda knowledge came to this earth? Any idea? Very few scholars have done this research, and the team of Vedic Science and Spirituality has tried to coin up the forgotten chapters, which was once an important part of Ayurveda. Yes, Ayurveda is not just 5,000 years old medicine tradition. Ayurveda is Sashvata, eternal, with a beginning that cannot be deciphered or traced. Ayurveda is a Nupa Veda of Atharva or Rig Veda, according to some schools, or a Panchama Veda. It is also considered as Upanga of Atharva Veda. It means it is not imposed or added from exterior, but it is a part or parcel of the main body of the Vedas. If so, the basic of these discourses and commentaries, it should exist in mantras and brahmanas, how the celestial knowledge reached earth. So now the question comes, if it was part of Veda, then how it reached the sages? Here is the interesting part of origin of Ayurveda. Chaturmukh Brahma is known as the creator of the universe. He had great knowledge and power. He was divine. According to all authentic classics, the science was first conceptualized by Chaturmukh Brahma, who actually passed down the knowledge of Ayurveda to Daksha Prajapati, so that the celestials were able to use it or pass it down the same to the humans, so that they can use it by the means and measure available on the earth to cure themselves from diseases, as well as the other animals and plants and trees. This knowledge of curing the illness or the science of life is reported to have been passed down the line to 4 celestial personalities in following order. He imparted the knowledge of Ayurveda to Daksha Prajapati, who received it through deep meditation. Daksha Prajapati was the son of Brahma, who emerged from the Chaturmukh Brahma's right thumb in the beginning of the creation. Later on, Daksha Prajapati passed it to twin brothers named Ashwin Devatas, who were known as physicians of Devas. The Ashwins or Ashwini Kumaras are twin brothers who are physicians or doctors to Devas. The name of the first twin is Nastaya and the other's name is Dasra. They are sons of Vivasvata, Suryadeva. They know lots about Ayurvedic medicine and relieve man of sickness. They have the responsibility of healing. They also come forth at the first rays of sunlight every morning. Finally, King of Devas, Indra received this knowledge. The flow of Ayurvedic knowledge from Chaturmukh Brahma to Daksha Prajapati, the preservator. From Daksha Prajapati to Ashwin Devatas, the celestial physicians. From Ashwin Devatas to Indra Deva, celestial king of clouds and heaven. And from Indra Deva to the sages and rishis. Up until Indra Deva, there appears to be an agreement in the opinions of all major textbooks. Hereafter, Ayurveda appears to have descended through saintly physicians who disseminated the knowledge of their specialty subjects in their own ways for the welfare of mankind. The reason to accept this theory is that the writer of all the three major textbooks states that their preceptors obtained the lessons of Ayurveda directly from Indra Deva, of which the first students of Indra Deva learned the same as what Chaturmukh Brahma had taught to Daksha Prajapati. This makes us to infer that Indra Deva, who could have been a great physician with divine powers and must have passed on the knowledge of different branches of Ayurveda on different occasions to different scholars. These scholars must have established their specialized schools of learning and in turn taught the same to their disciples. While all this happened in the heavens, the humanity continued to be plagued by pains and illnesses. Great seers meditated upon remedies for the numerous human maladies, but in vain. It was then three eminent sages, Dhanvantari, Bharadvaja, and Kashyapa, were deputed to go to Indra Deva for learning the divine service of healing. The sages chose Indra Deva to be their teacher because of only one reason, and that is after learning Ayurveda from Ashwin Devatas, Indra Deva didn't have any students to learn from him. As per the Sanatan Dharm, the knowledge which was learned from a teacher should always needs to be passed down to the next generation, and this was the reason why sages chose Indradeva as their teacher, so that the line of passing the knowledge will be continued even if they could visit and learn from Chaturmukh Brahma. Ayurveda thus descended from the Devaloka to alleviate suffering and the mortal plane in Bhuloka.